Hello, welcome to Color All the Things with Melissa. This is actually my second recording today. My first one, poof, my computer crashed so hard right as I finished. I'm so mad. It's an hour and a half just like gone. So I had done this, I'd done some of this, I worked in Serene because I'm doing a buddy color with May. Where'd it go? I closed the book. There it is. And so I'm doing Mercuria with May, and so I had done this part of the arm on the stream with Pro Colors and had some fun tips and tricks about that, and it went poofy. So I'm going to not necessarily start over. I'm just going to kind of c'est la vie about it. I'll do some stuff and we'll see what happens. I'm probably not going to stream. I'm not streaming. Probably not going to record a whole lot, but we'll do some stuff. I have finished the Inktense wash on the tree with the oak, and I think I used amber. And I used French gray watercolor pencil and pale geranium watercolor pencil on the mushrooms. So I was getting some color laid down. But I'm going over with pencils. I just fixed the light and now it looks all funky. But the colors look true, so I'm not going to get too uppity about it. So I'm using dark sepia from Faber-Castell. The olive brown from Luminance, olive brown 50%, olive brown 10%, to go over my Inktense wash. So you can see the difference here between going over with pencil versus just the wash. There is a difference. It does make a difference to go over it. Sometimes I like just the watercolor look. Sometimes I want to punch up those shadows, and that's really what I'm doing here. I'm just punching up some shadows. But so it's been a hectic day. I'm not going to be able to record a whole lot. Just, probably just a half hour or so. Let me zoom in. This flap goes over my mouse. There we go. So my oldest has the flu, so I've been doing that all day, taking care of her. Poor kid. Got her some Tamiflu. And before anybody tells me about all the warnings, yes, I read the CDC warnings, which are minute, and I've had my mom on me, so I am aware. But anyway, so what I was talking about in my other video was about how my goal, at one point I said that my goal was to color like DK Design or to color like Chris Chang, and what I meant by that was to have that sort of realism. I had already done that part. But now that I've gotten into what I'm considering my own kind of style, I don't necessarily feel that way any longer. And really my goal is to just improve my style. Now, I'm super happy. It's only been in the last couple colorings really that I've found what I would consider my style. Let's punch up the shadow here. This is my style. Not necessarily whether it's a wash or not a wash. This is my style. I try new things like I did with the wings there. and with the Inktense wash. So, you know, just because I find my own style doesn't mean I don't try new things. But I'm super happy to have found something I can call my own style. That's been immensely helpful for my just my self-confidence, really. It's taken about a year, though. I'm not gonna lie, it's not been a quick journey. I'm sorry if I'm breathing heavy. I did dishes, ran upstairs, did laundry. I'm like, you know what? Let's just throw something together here. Tomorrow I'm going to see houses. Maybe. I might not. Whether or not my husband can get off work so he can watch the little one. Not the little one, the big one. So that the little one and I can go see houses. If not, then I'll just be at home and maybe I'll live stream tomorrow. Maybe you'll get 3 videos this week. Woohoo! Don't you feel special? Special. Oh, I've just seen a lot of people kind of down on themselves lately in the Facebook groups, and I feel bad. I don't think anybody should be down on themselves. I think like everybody's at a different level, and we should all recognize that. You have your natural artists who are either artists by pure determination. I think that's what Laura Rafferty from Laura Colors too says. She was not a natural artist. She just pushed herself, and through practice and perseverance, kind of got to where she is now. You have some people who are naturally artistic, who either have it in their blood or they can just pick up a pencil and make masterpieces. That doesn't negate anybody else's work, and I really I don't want to say hate because that's too strong of a word. I don't hate. It makes me sad to think that somebody is so down on themselves because either they don't have the natural talent or they haven't persevered long enough. This is a year's worth of near daily coloring. I mean, I've only taken a week off here, a week off there, a couple days here, either because I'm sick or I got busy or whatever. This isn't natural. This is my perseverance. I mean, I've got some naturally talented artists in my family, and my grandma went kind of bonkers when she first saw some of my coloring. She was like, "Oh, I've got to show your uncle." I'm like, "Yeah, but this is line drawing. I'm coloring in between. I didn't draw it." So I worried she was like, "Oh, you drew that, you know." I was like, "No, I didn't draw it. What wasn't me." I think I colored it, and I'm pretty happy and whatnot. And she was like, "Oh, that's still amazing," so that was sweet. I think everybody needs a grandma cheerleader. We should have a group that just has grandmas. And it just has grandmas in it, and they're like, "Yeah, you're the best." Because nothing is better than a grandma going, "You're the best." But really, we should do that for ourselves. You're the best. Ah. What is it? We should all sing the Rocky, right? I forget what that song is called, but you know what it is. It's from Rocky. It really makes me sad And then I know it's not their intention, but then I feel bad for like posting anything. Not that I'm like super awesome good, because I still have work to do. But I'm really proud, so I feel bad for feeling proud of my work. And I know that's not their intention. I absolutely know that's not their intention. And so I don't say anything, but I kind of want to shake them and be like, you do good too. You know, everybody, you're awesome. Anybody who's watching, you're awesome. In your own right. Everybody in their own right is awesome. And you can't let anybody tell you otherwise. Even yourself. I know you're your worst critic, trust me. I am my worst critic too. I'm terribly bad on myself. But I've gotten, through sheer willpower, I have gotten to the point where I can look at this and feel pretty proud of it. Knowing where I've come from or how far I've come. So, you know, and like I said, it's only been in the last couple weeks that I really feel like I've hit my style and hit a good goal of where I want my coloring to be. And you know, how I want to develop from here. Now, instead of worrying about style plus technical, I can now just focus on technical work. I can say, hey, I've got my favorite colors, I've got the way I like to color things down. Now I can work on the technical stuff. The light sourcing and shadows, and I can work on different techniques and just the technical aspect of coloring. I can start working on that. Working on backgrounds. Got this down. I can work on backgrounds because I'm not having to stress so much about just coloring in between the lines. I can now worry about something else. So I think everybody should strive to that, not necessarily to be as good as, but you should always strive for yourself. I don't think anybody should be comparing. This isn't a contest. We're not winning any, you know, we're not competing against each other. I know I just quoted Rocky a little bit ago, but we're really not competing against each other. We are to have fun, to enjoy ourselves, to maybe laugh or release some anger, or, you know, chase away some demons, chase away some pain, physical or emotional. There's all sorts of pain. So we shouldn't make it a competition. Ever. And even some of the Facebook groups have like competitions for the banner. It's not really a competition. Nobody's looking at it and going, oh, this one's so much better than the others, and blah, blah, blah. No. Mostly they're pulling their husband over. Is it Jen with Reading with Pugs? She has her husband pick the winner. So, you know, it's nothing. It's nothing. There's no competition here. And there's no timeline for how fast you have to improve, or how much you have to improve, or if you have to improve at all. That is strictly on you. There will be some days where I'm like, you know what? Screw my goal. Screw my personal goal. I'm coloring because I feel like it. And then, you know, psh, that's fine. Ain't nothing but a G thing. So that was really the big piece that I wanted to pull from that other recording that got lost. Gosh darn it. It makes me sad to see people down on themselves. It really does. And I think we need less of that. If you feel like I'm talking to you, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I'm not naming any names because God knows I don't remember any. It's just been a general through the weekend and the week. I've seen some stuff and I'm just like, oh, I wish you wouldn't. You know, and you're just like, oh, you know, it's not supposed to be a competition. I color because I like it. And I enjoy it. I legit enjoy the heck out of this. I don't know what I'm going to do about that line. That line's going to be like, oh well. That's a for another day. Anyway, enough of my preaching. So my daughter's sick. And I'm not feeling so hot myself right now. I got her some Tamiflu. Which, by the by, Tamiflu is flippin' expensive. I have a pretty high deductible before it like drops off and pays for everything. So yeah, that was a fun shocker. They're like, yeah, it'll be $240. I'm like, what? So did you run insurance or did you just like pick it up and say, hey, here you go? Nope, they ran insurance. Insurance paid $4. $4. So I found this app called Good, GOOD-RX. You pick your medicine, you know, locations near you, and, you know, is it tablet, is it suspension, because, you know, kids get oral suspension, so I had to look for that instead of the tablet, because the tablet would have been $54 with the coupon that I was finding. It was still $120 with the coupon. I was just like, oh. But it's my kid, and she's sick. I can't have my baby sick. So I choked and paid it. And then choked some more. Because I'm trying to buy a house and, you know, spend $120 on Tamiflu is not necessarily my idea of saving some money. But anyway, so yeah, check out GoodRx. Apparently that's supposed to save you some buku money. At least that's what because I called my husband freaking out. I'm like, what is insurance doing? And he goes, well, let me get on chat with him and I'll find out. And so his lady next to him, she was like, no, have her look up GoodRx and do it. So I did that. So now, I don't know. I don't think Shelly will ever see this, but thank you, Shelly. Oh man, I'm gonna make chicken scallopini tonight. I've got her some chicken and stars, but I'm gonna make chicken scallopini tonight. It's got asparagus. I forget what dish I had. I think it was a Jamaican dish. It was like jerk chicken and a Alfredo sauce or something. And it had asparagus. And I was like, oh, that's good. So this has asparagus and spinach and capers. I've never cooked with capers. I'm really excited. And a little weird because they look a little weird. I'm afraid of how briny they are. or salty, or I don't know. I don't even know. What are capers? I should probably look that up. It's one of those things I've seen in the aisles and I've never really like done much with. Because I used to be really bad about, I would only eat certain foods. I still have a texture issue when eating, and my food can't touch on my plate. Legit, food, 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 and ne'er should anything touch. Yes, I realize it goes into the same place. No, that doesn't make it any better. Because if it was supposed to touch, they would have put it all together in a bowl, in a plate. Like, I can do that. Like this scallopini, it's a one dish. I can do one dish things. What I cannot do is things that are cooked separately. Touching. They're cooked separate for a reason. Plus, can you imagine, like, what if you push potatoes over and they get all mushy and they're not supposed to be mushy? They're not supposed to, like, I for the longest time I couldn't even put gravy in my mashed potatoes. I'm slowly getting over it because I don't necessarily want my kids to have my whatever they're called. I don't necessarily want my kids to be like, oh, I can't have my food touching, because then people make fun of you. My mom still makes fun of me. She's like, really, Melissa? I'm like, look, I just can't. She goes, I don't know where this came from. I said, you know what? I don't either, but it's a thing. And we're just going to go with it. Like if my food comes out at the restaurant, anything that's touching, I don't eat, so I'll like eat around. So I'll have like this Y or something on my plate. It's horrible, I know. But I'm getting over a lot of my issues with eating, though. I can eat onions now and mushrooms. Mushrooms, oh my god, they were so slimy. And now I just realized my mom overcooked them. I mean, they still can get slimy, but I've had some really good, like, I only buy fresh mushrooms and I don't keep them. Like, I use what I use and that's it. So I usually get the bulk open. So if, like, I need 4 mushrooms, I just get 4 mushrooms. I make sure I get the right kind, so I'm not getting button mushrooms when it calls for creminis or what have you. Yeah, I went fancy. So, and look at the difference, just from here to here. It makes a difference, y'all. I'm excited. I'm really digging, as much as I was like, oh my god, this poster, it's so big, what am I going to do? I'm really starting to dig it. I really am. It's going to take a while, but the washes are helping. So, let's go in here. That's going to be kind of dark back in here. So we're just walnut brown, or I'm sorry, this is not walnut brown, this is dark sepia. This is going to be my darkest brown. So it's going to hit the darker shadows, and I'm probably going to, as I go along, I'm probably going to like more define the shadows. But that'll be it. Like, I won't go back with any of these. It'll just be me taking the dark sepia and going, oh, I need to punch up that shadow, or, you know, like right here, I think this needs more shadow. And that'll be all I do. And I kind of do it as I'm going, so that when I get further, I'll know how much shadow to put in, so I don't have to keep going back, or I don't have to go as far back, because I hate going over the same place twice. So see, and seeing it like this, like, take pictures of your work. If you're not on Instagram, get on Instagram and take pictures of your work. It's amazing how much you can see in a picture versus with your own eyes. I'm actually looking up at my computer screen quite often and going, oh yeah, no, I see where I need to punch up some shadows. Or, you know, oh, I want the highlight over here. Stuff like that. So, take pictures. And if you're on Instagram, hit me up. I'll have the link to my Instagram in the description down below. I'm all about following people. I just have to find time to give more kudos out. See, let's punch up that shadow. So I can figure out what's further behind and what needs more shadow. So, and the images help. So, don't be afraid to take pictures. Even if you don't stick it on Instagram, just take a picture for yourself and look at it. It's amazing what you'll see. It really is. I think that's part of the reason a lot of people do Instagram with the coloring, is because you can see like so much more. It's like having a second pair of eyes on it. It really is. It's so neat. You really should try it. But if you don't want to do Instagram, that's fine. Some people don't dig that stuff, and that's cool. Just take pictures. Take pictures. Or if you have a webcam, you don't have to hook it up to anything. Just open up the program. Maybe even do something like this. Just watch yourself progress. And that could be fun too. That could be a fun project. But I mean, like, look at the difference here between the Inktense and the Inktense with colored pencil. Okay, so I'm hitting the crack here. Hitting the crack. Oh, I didn't finish. I was too busy talking about shadows and I just went somewhere else. That happens to me a lot. I'm bad like that. I get really distracted. So I gotta be careful over that crack because it can get too dark and then you're just like, I've got this line. So I'm gonna try to not do that. This is shadowed. I don't know what I'm gonna do with those little white spots though. Figure that out. Maybe I'll take black or something. Some nice shadows. Really am gonna go up. I took the oak. Let's see. Took the oak, which was the darker of the two Inktense. It was more of a brownie or a gray brown. So I took the oak probably to about here, and I'm thinking I might need to bring the dark up a little higher. Just fine. Just fine. I just need to be careful of that crack right there. I want to kind of make it disappear. I don't want it to be there's a line through your work. Because if I do hang this up, and the more I keep working on it, the more I kind of want to. If I do hang this up, I'm going to be kind of salty with myself if I can see all the lines without having to like search for them. I mean, I'm going to notice every flaw and I'm going to know, oh man, I messed that up, or I'll look at it later and be like, oh gosh, seriously, you didn't put that shadow in the right spot, but nobody else looking at it will notice. They'll just be like, oh wow, you did that? And I'm like, yeah. Like, that's so neat. I'll be like, thank you. So, don't you like my fake conversations in my head? I can't be the only one that does that, that has conversations that probably will never take place. Oh, I used to argue with my mom in my head all the time. It's like, it's terrible. I was a terrible teenager. I don't know how she survived. I don't know how I survived. You hear my mom tell about it. I was terrible. Terrible. I don't think I can like smush this down. I probably should have ironed it, but I keep folding it back up. Maybe I'll iron it when I'm done. I'd worry about this glaze though. We'll see. So I'm trying to, oh good, in the picture it doesn't show up. And it's really not like hyper noticeable as I'm coloring either. That Inktense really does a lot to hide stuff. So let's see. Well, the ladies in the Villain's Hand coloring chat, group chat, must know where to find some color charts. I have to Google it. I find mine online. I just Google them. I know there's a website of this one lady. I want to give her that. I just can't remember her name off the top of my head. Good. I was worried about that transition up, and it doesn't look like it's too bad. Not too shabby. I kind of go over that. Line there. Just a minute, Pumpkin. That looks pretty good. B, I'll get you something to eat here in about 15 minutes, okay? Have some Gatorade, sweetheart. Let's go under the turtle. So have some Gatorade. And I'll make you some chicken and stars. She's not even drank a full, I mean, it's only like this big. So I'm going to have the light coming kind of from this way. It's really the shadow should have gone that way. Oh well. There's a whole lot of turtle. There's a whole lot of shadow. It's fine. I'm not gonna nitpick it. I'm not nitpicking. Right? Right, guys? Not nitpicking. So, got some shadow there. Going with the olive brown. Really do like this color. It gives a kind of greeny tone to the tree. And I can be loosey-goosey with the Luminance because I have the undertone the underpainting of the ink tints, which is nice. Gives you a little more freedom. So, colored, not colored, colored, not colored. Nice, nice even line right there. So, my kiddo wants something to eat. She's sick. I have to oblige. So, this is what I've got done in Vilin Sand. We got to about, what, here? That's looking pretty good. It's gonna turn out awesome. So I'm excited, but thank you to my new subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I try to get at least 2 videos out a week of color and chat. If I can live stream in that time, I try to. I do haul videos, tutorials when I think of something that might be neat. I try to explain pretty well in the color and chats. So, but if you have anything you want to request, just let me know. Pop in the comments down below. Follow me on Instagram. I have the link down below, or at least my name, so you can find me. But other than that, I appreciate y'all stopping by. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.